Trying to get my first job in tech as a newbie was very difficult, and this is because I actually don't have a clue on what to do because I don't have people who are there to direct me. I don't have people I've connected with. I don't even know. But it was kind of overwhelming because I wasn't just in a particular place in tech. I was neither here nor there. Either on some trying to do the mobile app development, or I'm trying to do this particular programming language or the other particular language. So getting job in tech was kind of tedious. So in this video today, I'm going to be teaching us how we are going to get our first job in tech as a newbie. Even though you are not just a newbie, you can actually focus on this. But basically, this video is for newbies. How you can get your first job in tech as a newbie. My name still remains Sylvester Ezio, and what I do in this journey, I teach us different aspects in tech. I'm into tech advocacy in general, and also I also teach us different technical skills, like the ones I'm able to teach, the ones I have knowledge about. I teach this in the channel also. So if you know you want to learn a lot from this channel, kindly stick with us. Click on the subscribe button so that you can actually get to learn a lot from me. So back to today's topic. Today's topic, we are going to be looking at ways you can get your first job in tech as a newbie. So the first thing I advise every newbie to do in order to get your first job is, the first thing you need to do is choose a tech career path. Yes, choosing the tech career path is something you cannot run away from, you cannot shy away from, because that is the first foundation you need to start with in order to get your foot in the door as a newbie in tech. So when you know the path in tech you want to go into, it's kind of give you a clue in what you want to do. It gives you a sense of responsibility, sense of discipline in what you are going into. Because you cannot just go into tech and say, I want to be a mobile app developer, I want to be a web app. You have to choose a particular aspect and stick with that particular aspect, because if you're able to stick with that aspect, you will kind of say that you will be more focused and you have a better direction in where to go. So what I advise people initially is that once you are coming to tech, make sure you are able to choose your career path. So just go out and say, okay, fine, I want to do this, and start, I want to do this or not do that, and start applying for a job. As a newbie, I will try as much as possible to be able to focus in one career path. And when I've done that, that is when I'll now move to the second stage, which I'll be sharing with us. So the second aspect in tech I'm going to do is, yes, I've chosen my career path. So next thing I need to do is learn the skills you need. Learn the skills you need. So it's good you already know your career path. It's good you already know where you want to focus on in your tech career. But now start learning the skills that is needed in actualizing that. So you can either be, if you are into front-end development, you're into mobile development, or you're into graphic design, you're into technical writing, you're into UI design. So start learning the skills that it entails. Like if you're into front-end, start learning HTML. And what I advise people most times is, make sure you actually make every time in a day to learn, because the more you learn, the more you get better when it comes to any aspect in tech you are going into. So the next thing to do, which is the second thing, is for you to learn the skills you need in order to move forward. And with this, you are already a step forward in getting a job in tech. But with that being said, I'm going to move to the next part. So you have been able to choose a career path. That's the first thing you do. The next thing now, you'll be able to start learning the skills needed. So when you learn these skills, it's not just okay for you to learn these skills and okay, I'm done learning this skills. No, start working on your portfolio. So you have finished learning the skills, now start applying the skills into real life application. So what I tell people most times is, in order to build a portfolio as a newbie, it's different, or like people that are already into the game. So first, what I tell people is, start trying your hand on basic projects you can see online. You can see designs of people. Like maybe you are into software development. Now you can see the design of some softwares online and try to replicate those designs into your own work. Start developing those designs. You see people out there doing to-do lists, doing Instagram clone, doing Twitter clone. These are not made projects, but they do this to build up a portfolio. At least when they are out there for a job, people are able to see that they've done something. And another way you can do it again, if you have family and friends, okay, if maybe you're into web design also, and you have family and friends who have businesses that don't have a website, or they even have a website and you feel this website needs a revamp, they need a good style and everything. So all what you need to do is for you to just focus on giving this giving these people a discounted price or even offer to do them for free, because most times when you do this for free, they refer people. If you do a good job, they refer these people to you. From there, you start getting clients. So that is one way in order to build yourself when you are trying to get a job as a newbie in tech. So the next we'll be talking about is network with people in the tech industry. So most times I will not just advise you to focus on the tech industry. The tech industry most times is for you to network and actually get to get to know the latest technology trend, the latest technology in folk that is needed in the industry at that particular time. But most time I also advise people to network outside their scope, because the main truth is the people that are outside the scope of your niche, outside the scope of your tech niche, are the people that will actually patronize you, because these are who actually need your services. So my fellow programmer might need my services, or a job opening and my fellow programmer says you will not want to tell me, because it will now make the competition very high. So what I advise people to do most times is go outside your niche, outside your career paths. Try to talk to people that is what you do, and with that you see you are able to start getting traction and people start coming to you for a job. So the next I talked about was network with people in your tech industry, like in the tech industry and also outside your industry. So the next you need to do is, okay, fine, you've started now you've networked with people, now with another people outside your industry. So what you need to do is now next thing you need to do is start applying for jobs. So a lot of people overlook this aspect of applying for jobs. Like they say, it's daunting. I'll go there and say, what 200 people. Yes, I understand it's daunting, but you need to keep doing it. Like keep applying, because there are a lot of the tech industry is very competitive right now. So when you keep applying, at some point you start landing interviews, and before you know, you have landed your dream job. So after that, you have applied for a job. Yes, you have applied for the job. You don't just sit down and apply for the job, let me wait for them. Now start preparing for interviews. Yes, they've not gotten those interview requests. They've not gotten back to you, but now start preparing for interviews, so that in case they call on you for interview, because these people most time they don't even set, they can call you for interview for the next day and you're not even prepared. So what you need to do now, start preparing for this interview. Like every day, start preparing for it. So when you start preparing for it, you get accustomed to it. So in some several videos, I'll tell us areas we can use to prepare for interview, online platform we can use to prepare for interview, but this video is not, we won't treat that in this video, because I'm trying to make it very short. I'm trying to limit the length of the video. So that is as try to start preparing for interview after you've applied for jobs. Now the next thing for you to now start preparing for these interviews, and make sure that you are well equipped so that you are able to get the job when these people called on you for interview. So the next thing you have to do now after applying for interviews, don't give up. Yes, people are expecting something. Yes, so don't give up. That's what I'll just tell you. Don't give up. Keep doing it. Keep applying. Don't give up. Because I make use of that last one as the last process as don't give up is this, that a lot of people after applying to maybe 1 to 10 companies, no feedback, or they are getting feedback, and maybe after the interview they got invitation letter, so you are feeling bad that this is not for me. It's a lie. Most times you are good, but the best interview might even be the problem, because we find a lot of that in the tech industry very well, in the sense that people are coming to you with interview questions that are not even related to your actual job that's going to be done. And most times on the actual job, if you are being asked questions on those actual job, you are going to know what you are doing. So please don't kill yourself or any rejection you get. Make sure that you are able to make sure you are able to keep pushing and never give up. Thank you very much, and see you in my next video.